All right, we welcome to the show and a special interview with Mr. Elon Musk, who, of course, is famed Trump advisor, CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, chair of X Corp. Elon, thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I want to begin, but among other things, everyone's attacking you for your position. What are you doing in the government? There was a cyber attack.
Well, welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Sorry for the mishap at the beginning of the show. I was trying to click a button, but the button will not click. But that won't stop the show. Smash that like button, slap that bell notification, headbutt that subscription. That's all I need for you guys to do. I want you guys to look at this Elon Musk interview. That's the topic of the day. Word on the street is, if you have a Tesla, they trying to vandalize your Teslas. Anything connected to Elon, they don't want anything to do with. I wonder who's setting the hits, who's setting the call, who's running these programs, what and why. Is it because Elon is now currently in some form of a political role? He didn't have to do this. He chose to do this. The man's the richest man on earth. But before I go on, one thing I ask for you guys to do is hit that AirTag EMF protector. I appreciate the people for sending me this and to react to. Now let's react. Can we talk about it?
Attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yes.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
Whoa.
Well, so that's your suspicion. Is the website, is the internet up? Is it up yet?
It's up, yeah.
It's up yet. Okay, good. But I just was looking back. Let me see if I get this right. They're setting fire to various Tesla charging stations near Boston. Shots were fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon.
Say what?
Various nonviolent.
Shots fired, not a metaphor.
Shots fired, yes.
Man down.
Downtown New York, marching against the Tesla.
Hold on. Downtown New York marching. X went down yesterday. Cyber attack. Vandalizing Tesla. It seemed like this to me, it seems like an agenda is being pushed. Now, you all who you hang around, right? The man business partner, one of the greatest business partners on earth, is considered Trump, the businessman. Everyone knows that. Is it because he aligned with Trump? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe because he aligned with Trump. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that, maybe because he's climbing up the ladder with this d.o.g.e, that's making sure that all the tax dollars are getting spent correctly. But obviously, they've been living on fraud for so long that now they feel like that's their way of life. So he's stopping that. He put in a stop to that just by simply shining light on what's going on. Maybe it's the Democratic Party or the far left. Let me know what you guys think. Let's continue.
Tesla's showroom. Your stock is way down. You've been criticized left and right.
But look on the right side.
I mean, why are you doing this?
Always look on the bright side of life.
Yes.
As you can.
Yeah. But besides that,
yes. I mean,
how's your day?
What motivates you to do this?
Was the opera good?
It's tough sledding.
Tesla stocks right now is back what it was, I believe in 2020, 2021. It's at $220. Yikes. I think that's a good entry point. DCA. Can it get lower? Maybe. But not financial advice.
Yeah. It is tough sledding. But I think we're doing the right thing here. There's been a tremendous amount of waste and fraud in the government. When you're part of the government, you saw a lot of that, and there's been, if you look at the Inspector General reports and the Government Accountability Office, there've been many audits that have pointed out that there's a tremendous amount of waste and fraud in the government. In fact, there was a report issued by the GAO, the Government Accountability Office, last year. So during the Biden administration, which estimated the federal government fraud to be $500 billion. So just
$500 billion. My
Biden
God.
administration thing. So what we're trying to do is get that number down to a much smaller figure, save money for the American taxpayer, stop money being spent on things that I think very few taxpayers would agree make sense. Transgender animal surgeries, or why are we spending money? Why are American tax dollars being spent on this?
Facts.
The president's gone through a long list of absurd things. Why are the 20 million people who are definitely dead marked as alive in the Social Security database? Why were hundreds of millions of dollars of Small Business Administration loans were given out to people aged 11 and under, according to the Social Security? I mean, like, these must be some very enterprising 8-year-olds,
And some pretty strong 150-year-olds.
Yes, exactly. As the president said, we have an enormous number of people marked as alive who are 160. He didn't know the country was that healthy.
Yes.
That's a great
So
remark.
demystify this. How do you do it? Okay. How big is your team?
Yeah.
Where'd you recruit most of them from? And what is it that makes you choose, the Treasury or Social Security or USAID? How does it work? Let the public know, please.
Right. Well, we just basically follow the money. We look at the president's executive orders.
Money don't lie.
And we also just follow the money. So we started looking closely at USAID because they were completely violating the president's executive orders to suspend foreign aid. What's called foreign aid, but in our view is a lot of corruption. So what we saw there is just a tremendous amount of money being sent to non-governmental organizations. But actually, this, by the way, is, I think, one of the biggest sources of fraud in the world, is government-funded non-governmental organizations. This is a gigantic fraud loophole where the government can give money to an NGO, and then there are no controls over that NGO. So they've given billions of dollars, in fact, we estimate tens of billions of dollars, to NGOs that are essentially scams.
What?
And
By the way,
we're trying to put a stop to that. So
I don't want to interrupt, but Secretary of State Rubio has just come out. I think he tweeted today. He has accepted over 80% of your recommendations to shut down in USAID. Right. So your review and analysis was spot on.
Yes. So I think when people criticize, say, what DOGE is doing, we say, well, which part specifically? Because we put all of the actions of the DOGE team on the d.o.g.e website and on the DOGE handle on X. So we post the receipts. So it's like this action has been taken, this action has been taken. So when
See, this is one thing I do like, right? You may not like what he's doing, but it's very transparent. It's for you to see. It's for you to judge. It's for you to say, well, damn, I may not like who he's aligned with, but the man may be telling the truth. We need to manage our spending a bit more. That's it. I find like whoever against that is against becoming successful as a conglomerate, as a whole, as the United States of America. I mean, we live here, right? Why treat it a mess if it's somewhere that you live? This is obviously your home. This is our home. So why not treat it to the best of its ability so we can get a great return? That's one thing that I don't get. Or do you want it maybe 10% or 20% of people that's truly benefiting while the other 80% is suffering? Life should not be that way. I like the fact that they're being 10 times as much transparent as they need to be. And they have the receipts. They actually built the website for you to go look. It's public. You don't have to say anything. Just look at what the man's doing. They say, look, never judge a man by what he say, or a woman by what they say. Judge them by what they actually do. Actions. Based on the actions that I see, this action speaking louder than words. That's why I agree with his sentiment. Do I agree with everything he say? Perhaps not. But for the most part, 90% of the things that the man say, it has some truth to it. Let's continue.
When we get criticism, we say, like, of what? Which line do you disagree with? Like, which cost saving do you disagree with? And then people usually can't think of any.
No.
So
It's transparent line by line,
it's transparent line by line.
which is quite remarkable.
Right. And so,
Indeed.
and then with respect to the Treasury, for example, the two main recommendations we suggested, which have now been implemented, was that any payments going out of the Treasury, especially the Treasury's main payment computer, which is called PAM, things like payments account.
One quick question. Do you guys think that all the gold is at the Federal Reserve? Leave your thoughts down below, because that's coming up next. And I think it's going to be a gold turf. You see what happening with Canada and China. China decides to add 100% turf on Canada. I said Canada is getting squeezed from left to right. I wonder what Trident is going to do. I forget his name. I wonder what he's going to do. Think he may be going and hiding. What y'all think?
Account manager or something like that. But it's like almost $5 trillion a year, so about $1 billion an hour. That the payments be coded with the congressional appropriation, and that there be an explanation for the payment. Very basic stuff. And just doing that, we estimate will save $100 billion a year.
You're not really, let me see if I get this right, particularly with Social Security, you're not really changing policy.
No.
Yes.
You're auditing the fiscal mechanisms to make sure that, from point A.
The man is doing the math. That's it. And he's like, the math isn't mathing. He's only doing the math. He can't change a policy. He can't. It got to go through Congress, Senate. Everyone's like, well, he's in Trump. He's the one that's making the moves. He the one. If you can't beat him, I guess you got to create rumors about him. He the one that's doing this. He's actually the president. How? The only thing he's doing is dotting the I's and the T's. He know the numbers. He has a computer science background. He see the ones and the zeros. That's it. Literally tech support. That's it. So if he's showing you and presenting you with these numbers, and yet you're still fighting and scratching and screaming, it means you're guilty as charged. Just based on your actions, it means you're guilty as charged. Cover up. And it's a lot of that going on in the system. And I think it's about time for it to get revealed.
A gets to point B, and that's where it's supposed to get to. In some cases, it doesn't get there, or in some cases, it may go over there. But that's it's not a policy exercise. You're not changing laws. You're just doing what any business would do in a profit and loss audit.
Big facts.
I think we're really what we're adding here is caring and competence. And there's a massive amount of fraud of basically people submitting Social Security numbers for Social Security benefits, unemployment, small business administration loans, and medical, where those are fake Social Security numbers, or they've stolen somebody else's Social Security number, and we're trying to put a stop to all of that. And that's the number which is estimated to be on the order of 10% of federal expenditures, which is, half a trillion dollars.
It's a huge number.
Yeah.
You're working with the agency heads. You're working with the cabinet secretaries.
Yes.
I saw Howard Lutnick was on TV yesterday saying you were partnering with them. Is that fair?
Yeah, what we do is in consultation with the cabinet secretaries and with their departments. So we're really trying to be we'll refer to ourselves as tech support. We're really helping the department get a handle on things, because what actually happens here is you've got this sort of vast federal bureaucracy, and then you've got a very thin layer on top of the politically appointed officials, and what tends to happen is that the bureaucracy, frankly, is in control. and they largely ignore the politically appointed people.
Keyword.
Why should the
Bureaucracy.
bureaucracy?
I'm sure you, like, yeah, you must have seen that.
I've lived with this twice. I
Yeah.
worked for Reagan many years ago, and I worked for Trump in the first term.
Yeah.
It's like a permanent bureaucracy. I might add, it's a permanently liberal bureaucracy.
Yes, very much so.
And it's not a bureaucracy that necessarily enforces or implements presidential policy.
They don't. In fact, they try their best to thwart presidential policy. So the president is the elected representative of the people. And if the president cannot get things implemented as a reflection of the will of the people, then what we have is not a democracy, we have a bureaucracy.
Big facts. Now, I'm going to leave the rest of the video inside of the source. I give credit when credit's due. Smash that like button. Let me know what you guys think about this. Why are they attacking Elon? Why are they trying to short his stock? Why are they trying to vandalize his Teslas? But yet they still need him to go to space and save these people that's still stuck in space. NASA couldn't do it. Boeing couldn't do it. Can't nobody do it but Elon. But yet he's being ridiculed. Give the man a break. Give the man a break. I mean, how many things can the man do? He don't even have to do this DOGE thing, the Department of Government Efficiency. To me, I believe that he's just simply doing it out of principles and morals. That's it. No one had ever cleaned up the Washington, D.C. Dirty swamps before. No one. And he decided to take that and put that on his back. Give the man some respect. But let me know what you guys think about it. Why are they assassinating his character? Why are they trying to assassinate his businesses? Hell, they even trying to assassinate him. He walks around with 100 security guards. I wonder why. Is this America? On that note, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And remember, y'all know how I like to leave it.